computer. What is up? Happy Monday. I'm so glad to see you guys. I'm sad that there was so much going on with everybody last potential call, but it happens. It happens. I'm glad you guys made it. I know Jessie said she's on the way. And man, we still have like some ladies who have crazy things popping off. Dogs having seizures or strokes, I think someone said. And I won't continue on, but everybody's struggling with something. And so I'm just glad that you guys took the time out to be here tonight because I know life is kind of crazy for everybody. I wanted to start with, if you guys didn't catch our recording, for those of you who didn't make it last week, to the last call, we set up soft goals for ourselves. So basically, we kind of went through and made a list of things that we would like to start implementing and working on. And really, it's been a month since we've talked about that last. So I'm just interested in seeing for Lisa and Jessie, how that went for you guys. And if it didn't go so well, I'm here to gently remind you that you can still push for these things and we can all hold you accountable by kind of bringing it back up. I know I crushed really everything that was on my list, my daily devotional, moving my body, except my water intake. I have not been doing the best on my water intake, and I have not been doing the best snacking after 7 p.m., which those were two of the other soft goals I made for myself. So sharing this with you guys to hold myself accountable. I want to be drinking all the water because I want to feel really good and really hydrated and energetic, and I want my digestion to be on point, and I want to not be eating after 7 because I want to get good sleep and let my body rest instead of, trying to break down food all night long. So this is me sharing. I'm going to get back on top of that. I know, Meredith, you were here for your soft goals too, and your hair looks good. You got it done or something? You weren't here for the soft goal call? I thought you were. Are you sure
So
we didn't?
that was the one I had to miss because we had talent show auditions.
Who am I thinking? Oh, Stephanie was here for the soft goal call. It was Stephanie. It was Stephanie. But your hair looks fabulous. You did it? It looks like it's done.
I got it done like 4 weeks ago, so it's probably actually faded out a little bit.
It looks good. It's vibrant and bright. I love that. Looking good. Well, welcome back. I was just sharing the last call, we set up what's called soft goals. So not like something like if you don't do this and you're not super disciplined, like you suck or anything, but like these are some things I gently want to start working towards. I might not do it every day, but I want to get better at. And the recording is in the chat thread if you guys want to check that out. It was a really good call. But I'm just curious. I want to hear before we dive in tonight, Jessie and Lisa, how are you doing on your soft goals from last call?
It's really funny because I'm kind of like the opposite. I feel like my hydration has been about the only thing I've really stayed on point with. We all got really sick again. And so and then with my antibiotic thing, like my eating was messed up. So I'm like, I'm really starting to crack down just the last couple days again, especially on not eating past 7, keeping up with the hydration because I've been doing pretty good with that. And one of the other most important ones for me was setting the alarm and waking up early. With all of us being sick and not sleeping through the night, it was not happening. But I have done it a couple times when we were like feeling all right here and there, but I can just tell such a difference. Like in the days when I wake up early and I'm productive first thing when I get up, I have more energy throughout the whole day. I feel better. Yeah. So that's where I'm really trying to crack down right now is going to be that. And my daily stretching, because on days I do that, I feel a lot better too, especially with kind of lifting heavier. So I would say it's kind of like medium. I really stayed hydrated, but I did not do most of the other things. So
Considering your circumstances, the hydration is probably the best thing you could have done. So don't
right.
be
And I
mad at
walked.
yourself.
We did do quite a bit of just walking the neighborhood and getting that fresh air and like being outside even when I didn't feel like I was really up to doing more than that. It was definitely helpful, I think. So
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, my daily walks have been like enjoyable lately. I started with like the 2 week walking challenge I shared with you guys, and now it's turned into like if I don't walk every day, like a mile and a half around my apartment complex, and it takes me 25 minutes, and I feel so much better. And I'm not like even walking fast. I'm walking like a steady normal pace. You know what I mean? So it's just a nice little relaxing moment for me to listen to a podcast. So I'm proud of you. I'm gonna follow after you and drink my water this week. Lisa, where are you at?
Not doing great with the soft goals I set up. kinda.
You
We
got
were
sick
just
too,
coming.
though. You've been
Yeah,
sick.
we went. Yeah, so I've been doing good on my water. I haven't been tracking it like I was. I was tracking it very well. Um, but I've still been drinking my water, and except for when I was sick, I definitely wasn't getting my amount in, but now I'm back on that, so I need to start tracking it again just so I can make sure I'm staying on top of it. And I have been, aside from when we were sick and I wasn't doing my exercises, I've been doing my exercises. So I've been doing good on that.
Yeah, I know. You came back killing it. I don't know how you jumped back into your program from where you were, but you do it. You're doing it. You're a beast, Lisa. And I hope I'm like sending out no sick vibes for any of us because this is just too
Right?
much. This is just literally out of control. So, good news. I would love for everyone else to maybe brainstorm, if you haven't, some soft goals for yourself. Nothing crazy, but like I know one of Cheryl's goals was just taking a break during her day, like a brain break, like walking outside 5 minutes, taking a deep breath, calming the F down. Okay. Like just finding something for you that makes you feel a little bit better. Pick something, and I would love to hear in our Facebook chat, like throughout the week, if something comes to mind, like, okay, I would like to work on this. Like for me, it's really my hydration. I really want to focus on getting my 75 ounces in every day, and that be it. So feel free to share your goals in the chat thread. We'd love to hear them. And then before I move on to like the focus of the night, is there anybody who wants to share anything new, what's going on in your life, good things, bad things, happy things, sad things, all the things?
This may be real random, but I actually kind of have a question. Does anybody have any like I have a friend who's going to school to be a dental hygienist, and she had messaged me with like a long list of things like dental issues that are often related to autism, and I don't really feel like any of them necessarily played in, but so Wesley has he has a tooth coming in. And it's like he has two that are coming in like on top of each other. It looks
That
like
was me, always.
they might even be out of like order. Like it's like
It looks
his
like he has 2 rows of teeth. The top tooth, mine, the dentist didn't even do nothing. The dentist didn't do nothing. They told
okay,
me that it
because I'm
would
like, should
push.
I be flipping out and going and getting a second opinion? It's
No,
it just
literally my
looks
whole
like
life, I had the most craziest looking mouth. I'm not even kidding. You see these teeth? No braces.
right. I was going,
Swear to God.
okay. I was looking at a selfie of you the other day, and I was like, this girl must have had braces. Her teeth are too
No,
perfect.
no, I am one. That's one thing my dentist was right about everything. I was begging for braces as a kid because I wanted to be cool because everyone had braces, number one. But then in addition to that, I looked crazy. Like I had this giant gap in the middle, teeth growing like rows of teeth, rows of
Yeah,
teeth.
and I'm like, it looks like they're growing in the wrong positions or like right
Hmm.
on top of or next to each other, and one is growing in completely sideways, like at a
Yeah,
night. And
I
I'm like,
would
that's
not sweat it. I'm telling you. I'm
so
telling you. If your dentist said it like it was cool, I would not even sweat it.
they did, and I was like, they didn't even want to do like an X-ray or anything. I was like, should I be concerned? So okay, that was super validating.
Yeah.
Otherwise, since Wesley has been feeling better, behavioral problems at school been dipping because he wasn't
Oh,
letting
that's
me his
great.
diaper. He was hitting, he was lashing out. Other than his teeth, we were having a lot of behavioral issues, but that is totally cleared up in this last week since we've all started to feel better. So I'm like, praise the Lord. I'm feeling good. Wesley's doing good. He's back to his sweet little self. I think he just didn't feel well, and like we took him in a while back and he had an ear infection that we had no idea he had because that
Mm-hmm.
interoception was not there to be able to identify where his pain was and communicate that to us.
Right.
But we're all feeling better, so we think he is too after his round of antibiotics and everything. So I'm like, that's a win. So we're
That's so
celebrating that.
great. I'm praying for the same news. That the doctor said that to us today. Tegan started antibiotics again today. His last round was February 23rd. He's on another round. This is the fourth time since 2024. Yeah, so the next thing is us to go see a specialist for ENT to put tubes in his ears because he can't be doing all this. And so I'm wondering the pushing and hitting that you guys have seen me so upset about. Maybe it's because this has been since Christmas. It's been since break. He's come back hitting and pushing. And even though he might act okay, there's probably shit going on that we don't like. He's feeling it in there and we don't know. I don't know, man. I'm praying for the same
That's
scenario.
exactly what I think has happened with Wesley. So praying for you, sister. I hope that it's once y'all get it all figured out, he's able to kind of, focus on learning again instead of just being uncomfortable all the time.
God, it's killing me. Anybody else want to share? Nothing? Tracy, how did your last talk go at the school?
The talks are going great. The last one was actually a lot of fun. I love it when I can actually connect with the parents and share some of my stories, and then I talk to them afterwards, and they're like, "Oh, it was so good to hear that," or so, validating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and it's great. Like I have one lined up every month since I started this.
Yay, that is so wonderful.
Yeah. And the next one is the district that I'm leaving. I don't know. I just got a new job. So it's 2024 has been god awful for me.
Same.
Um, yeah, I got sick. Then I had nausea every time I ate and found out I have like an inch and a half gallstone in my gallbladder, but
Oh,
they won't take it out yet. So I'm like doing a food diary for the next 8 weeks until I go for an endoscopy to make sure there's nothing else wrong. And then I have a surgical consult at the end of April. And on top of that, I'm changing jobs because my old boss called me at another district and she's a superintendent. And she said, you want to come work for me? You said you wanted to do it. So I'm going to a new district next week.
well, that's exciting.
It's very exciting, but it's very stressful on top of being sick all the time, having to watch what I'm eating. I can't eat fat. I can't eat anything fried. On top of that, my mother-in-law's in the hospital. My husband's having a biopsy on his liver next week. My son told me a couple weeks ago that he needs to drop his classes in college related to cybersecurity because he's not learning anything because it's all online. My life since January has just imploded. So I'm just taking one day at a time. And, I'm getting used to eating better. I try the new foods um, in the afternoon because when you get a gallbladder attack, it's about 6 hours of continuous pain that there is nothing you can do for. So you eat the wrong food and you're going to pay for it. So,
Jeez, that's so strange how you think that your illness like kind of like spiked that to happen. Like I
well,
feel like
I had, because I have high cholesterol, my husband and I about 6 months ago started to eat Mediterranean diet, which is a lot of high fat, but it's
oh,
good.
fat causes gallstones. Is that what you're going to?
Well, high cholesterol causes gallstones. So between me having high cholesterol and then eating all of this high fat food, which activates your gallbladder, which I've been told does this to, put things through. But if there's a stone in there,
It
gets in
can't
the
do that.
way,
Yeah.
can't do it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's been crazy, but good things. The second book is written. I've
Oh,
gone
yay.
through it once and edited it. Um, I'm excited. I just need to get those edits into the system and then send it out to my editors so that they can do their thing. But moving right along,
Be
you
sure you
know.
share it with us once it's finished.
Oh, I absolutely will. Yeah, I did a resource fair uh at one of the districts. They invited me to come out, have my book. I printed out, a couple of things, one on executive function, one on sensory issues that I got from an OT that really explained it to like the lay person. It was really good. It talked about cups and things like that. And then the different types of sensory systems because we're not always familiar with all the different types of sensory systems.
Hmm.
And from the time that it started to the time we shut down, I had people at my table nonstop. I talked nonstop. And it was great. It was
Awesome.
great. I really
That's so
enjoyed it.
wonderful. Well, hey, that means you're doing something right.
Yeah, yeah.
People need to
So
hear what you got to say, girl. That's just fabulous.
Yeah.
I
So
wish these
it's not
talks
all
were
bad.
like recorded or something so we could have them.
Well, I'm one of my friends said to me, I mean, it takes an hour to do the talk, and I wouldn't mind doing it for you guys if you wanted me to.
We would love
Um,
that. Maybe we can set
yeah.
up one of our calls for you to do that. You just take the
And
floor.
actually, I could maybe even make it a little less. I start about talking about grief, and then I move into um, DVRS, which is something in New Jersey that's related to workforce development. And every county in New Jersey
You
has
told
it.
us about this a little
Yeah.
before.
But most you ladies aren't from New Jersey, so I could
Right.
probably skip that portion of the talk.
Sure.
And then I talk about the difference between an IEP and a 504.
That would be
Uh,
beneficial for some of us, I'm
mhm.
sure.
And then I finish up with friendships.
I love that.
Yeah, yours and your kids. So, I'm happy to give the talk. I mean, I've done it enough times now. It's
You know
I
what
just
we could do? You know what I would love to do? I just got goosies. Send me a message. We could open up our Own Your Spark call to everybody, like on my social media one time. And I could talk a little bit about what we have going on here, and then you be our guest speaker to take over the floor. And then, I mean, I've got 5,000 followers alone on Instagram, and majority of them are autism moms. So I mean, we might get lucky and get a decent amount of people. I don't know. I mean, I never like put all my eggs in one bucket or nothing like that. I'm not saying
yeah,
we'll have
no.
all
And
5,000,
I
but
don't Yeah, I don't have crazy expectations. One of the meetings that I went to had two parents at it.
I
And for
will.
me,
I would
all
love
that
to do that.
matters, yeah, all that matters is that I make a difference to one person.
Right.
That's all that
Exactly.
matters.
And we have
So,
enough, I'm telling you, there's enough people that pay attention to my content. If it's something free, people take more advantage of that. So I would love to share. Shoot me a
cool.
message. Don't let me forget about this. We can plan something for, I don't, I want to, let's do May. That way I'm in my new home and I'm not all crazy and chaotic. So I can
Yeah,
focus on
that
inviting
works
people.
better for me too.
All right.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Well,
and then
we'll
I
talk
can,
privately about
yeah,
that.
that's fabulous. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Does anybody else want to share before I go into tonight's little idea that I have? All right, well, here it goes. So I shared with you guys in the chat thread a little bit what my focus was going to be tonight, and really something that I feel like I almost feel like I am an expert at not procrastinating, and I want to share my system. And I after getting this autism test, if you guys open that report, which I don't expect anyone to, but if you looked at it, you're probably like, holy shit, this girl, it's kind of crazy to see all that written about me because I think I do so well at hiding the negative. I don't even want to say the negative parts of me, but the parts that I feel are negative to the public eye. But when it's just Lance and he gets the brunt of it. He deals with me and Tegan melting down at the same time. And I think that part of my superpower of not procrastinating has to do with my impulsive mind, with my ODD, with all these different things that I was diagnosed with. I almost feel like it's my superpower. So tonight I'm going to share with you how I kind of make sure that I get important things done. So I hope everybody brought a pen and a paper because you're going to need it. And I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
leave real
play.
quick and grab a notebook.
Yeah, do that. Do that. Do that. Run, Lisa, run. I'm gonna play a song while we do this, and I'm gonna wait for Lisa just so I don't have to say it twice. So grab your pen, grab your paper. Where are my little skinny markers? Lance makes fun of me because I have this one pencil. I've had this since high school. It's like literally like falling apart, but I cannot let this pencil go. I write the best with this pencil. I lose everything, but not that pencil, okay? All right, let me get. So the first thing we're gonna do, Lisa, I'm gonna talk loud. I hope you can hear me. So what we're gonna do is first you're gonna write on your pencil and paper what you got to do this week. So like for me, I know Tuesday through Saturday, I work 9 to 2. And it might even be easiest for you to like draw a few squares at the bottom of your paper like this. and then like, 7 squares for every day of the week. Let's do it like that. That'd probably be easier for your brains. Draw 7 squares on your paper. Each square represents a day of the week. The first one is going to be tomorrow, Tuesday. So Lisa, you're going to draw 7 squares on your paper, just like this. 7 squares. Each square is going to represent one day of the week, starting with Tuesday, since tomorrow is Tuesday. And then in those boxes, you are going to write the things that you need to do in that you typically need to do in that day, like your non-negotiables. Those would be like things like going to work, your children's therapy, school, all of those kinds of things. So first, I'm going to play a little bit of music, and you guys are literally just going to go through Tuesday to Tuesday and write down what are your non-negotiables those days.
You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over.
All right, so you should have Tuesday to Tuesday. For me, work 9 to 2:30, Tuesday and Thursday. Tegan has therapy from 9 to 11 and 4:30 to 6:30. He has school Wednesday and Friday. So I've got like my non-negotiable schedule type things written out on those squares. Now you're going to go to a different spot on your paper, a blank spot on your paper, not the 7 squares. And you're going to just start listing everything that comes to your mind that you're like, I need to do this. Like, I have some insurance paperwork that I need to fill out. I need to call community mental health. I need to pay the DTE bill. I need to go to the post office. You're just going to brain dump every little thing on your to-do list that you have not been doing that you know needs to get done. You're like, shit, I keep forgetting to do that. I keep forgetting to do that. Just start listing it all out. Make a big long list. No list can be too long. Write every possible thing that you need to get done on that paper right now. Getting it out of your head and brain dumping it on paper helps you feel so much more relaxed and less overwhelmed. I'm telling you, the empty spaces of your brain will hold on to these things that you need to do. Even if you're not consciously thinking of it, your brain is thinking of it. So getting it out of your head and onto paper is the first best thing you can do to help with anxiety. Ready, set, go.
You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. Send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you. I hear the whisper underneath your breath. I hear you whisper you have nothing left.
So now that you got this big giant long list of to-dos, I want you to number them in order of importance. So like things that are time sensitive. Okay, if like your insurance paperwork is due on the 5th and it's the 4th, that probably would be my number one thing. So just go through and number this list. Like number 1 is the most important thing. It's time sensitive. It needs to get done.
Where are you now when darkness seems to win? Where are you now when the world is crumbling? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, where are you now when all I feel is doubt? Oh, where are you now when I can't figure it out? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, you're not.
All right, so now that you've got your list numbered, what I want you to do is the first 2 things, number 1 and number 2. And if 2 is overwhelming, just start with 1 thing. You do not have to conquer all of this in a week, okay? I'm an overachiever. I can't just do 1. I got to do 2. If you only got to do 1, then just do 1. So pick 1 or 2 things. Well, you're going to pick 1 or 2 things from the top of your list. So number 1 and possibly number 2, if you feel you can tackle both. You are going to plug these in somewhere in those 7 boxes. So look at your schedule. You've got your 7 days laid out ahead of you. Which days of the week do you have the least amount of things to do? That's where I suggest you plug in number 1 and number 2. Figure out where's the best spot, and then in those boxes, just write number 1 and then number 2. Or if you're just sticking with 1 this week, 1 is plenty. But the goal is this: every week, so every Monday night or Sunday night or whenever you do your weekly reset, you sit down and reevaluate the same list. You add to the list and you renumber it. And then you just want to pick 1 or 2 things every week. And I'm telling you, you will get so much more done doing it this way than just, oh, I'll do it later. Putting it on paper, making a plan, fitting it into your schedule where it actually works. I'm telling you, if you don't plan ahead, plan to fail. So go ahead and plug those 2 things in, and then we are going to watch a quick 7-minute mindset video from Brendon Burchard. He's a New York's best time selling author. He is been on Oprah and a million other places. My man's makes money helping with mindset. I've seen him speak live at plenty of Beachbody events, and he has totally inspired me in so many ways. And the mindset video is going to be on overwhelm and anxiety. So it's just perfect with going with what we're talking about tonight, and then we can close out the night. What is my password? It's a good. Oh, I got it first try. Let's go. Can you guys see Brendon Burchard? Perfect. Thumbs up if you can hear it.
My friends, it's Brendon Burchard, founder of Growth Day and your Chief Growth and Performance Advisor here. And I'm so excited to share with you this exclusive Growth Day mashup on the topic of overcoming stress and overwhelm. Listen, you and I both know that sometimes life kind of stacks up on you, and you have those days where you feel so overwhelmed with all of your responsibilities and the kids or the career or your obligations. You're wiped out or you're frustrated, or it just seems like
Really quick, I'm gonna stop the recording so that way it doesn't bleep us off because copyright issues. I was just thinking I need to not be recording this. Hold on, let's see. How do I stop the recording? If you're watching the recording, you should have been here live because I can't share this stuff. Otherwise, YouTube won't let me post it.